ladies and gentlemen, it looks like that we got another mystery on our hands. You do not have to subscribe, you do not have to like the video. We're gonna be jumping into it right now because of our very first video. What else can I say, guys? Triple clench your butt cheeks. Here we go, roll it.
What is that thing?
What is that thing?
I don't
this
know
one
what
right
that
here.
is.
Yeah, it looks like your eyelash just fell off, huh? Yeah, it's 10. Long but 10. Pause. I wonder, like, how would you be able to sit inside? Like, your face would be stretched out if you... Yeah, like, you would be like that, like, stretched out, right? If you were to sit inside. And the video gets blurry.
Okay, so what do you guys think of that? Pretty strong footage, if you ask me. So I'm showing you guys some different filtered versions here of this mystery cigar, or I guess more accurately, pipe-shaped object, to give you the best view possible, because this thing is even thinner than your standard cigar sighting. And we've covered plenty of those here on the channel over the past decade, and it's almost like a metallic rod, just...
Is it like, yeah, is it actually a rod or is it like a disc? Because from this angle, it could either be a rod or it could be a disc. It's very, very hard to say, like, if it's a disc or a rod, but I guess we're gonna call it a cigar shaped UFO, right? And if you're holding a cigar, guys, stop rolling those fat doobies, man. Not tonight.
Suspended in the air, and it doesn't look like one of those long mylar balloons, you know, floating away from kids' birthday parties that often get mistaken for UFOs. This just doesn't look like that. This looks solid, and it, again, like the viewer stated who sent this in, it almost looks like an iron bar just sort of hovering through the clouds, and you can see it pass behind the clouds there, which when you have something like that, it definitely lends more credence and legitimacy to the piece of UFO footage. It's not flailing around. There's no spin, no flutter, no rotation. It's just this perfectly rigid white object hanging there, slowly descending in a dead straight vertical drop, like it's being lowered intentionally or under its own guidance system. It holds shape the entire time. That alone rules out a lot of...
Yo, under its own guidance? Never have I ever thought that we would be hearing words like that from the homie Tyler from Secure Team 10. My goodness, man. It looks like that they came early to pre-download GTA 6.
The conventional explanations of what this could be. But no frills, no shaky editing, just raw video of something unexplained happening in broad daylight in front of a witness or witnesses who clearly didn't know what she was looking at, and hopefully we can get some more footage of this. And
can this be AI? I mean, there is always a possibility, but I feel like that this is a genuine piece of video, because so far, based off of my experience, and of course I'm only one person, so very limited experience here, but and I guess you guys can also share your experience in the comments too, but every AI video so far that I have seen of UFOs or aliens, we basically see very good looking UFOs, something that you wouldn't see on as in like with your own eyes or in videos, right? Those are like quite the polished type of videos, but recently Google VO has changed all that too, so you have to feed it like blurry ass videos. And guess what? AI is gonna give you blurry ass videos back. AKA, or I should not say AKA, but in other words, if you were to look at it, it would look real, because, you know, you feed it blurry types of UFO videos and it's gonna be then able to create more blurry type of UFO videos.
Get some eyes on this, so be sure to share this, especially if you're from down in the Florida area, or if you've seen something similar, let me know in the comments or via email. Now, next in UFO sighting strangeness, I want you guys to check out another piece of footage where on the night of April 8th, 2025, the normally sleepy skies of Anaheim, California lit up like a neon storm. A witness rolling video on Instagram catches iridescent rave-like pulses rippling through low clouds while a dark cigar-shaped craft, that's right, another cigar, hovers just off of the glow, almost like the light is concealing something even larger behind it. And so,
Mom, get the camera right now!
So before we go further, check this out.
Yeah, before we go any further, Mama, get the camera. The HD one. Yeah, aliens before GTA 6. I don't know about that one, man. But that's the thing, man. We have been saying that for a while. When are we gonna see aliens, bro? Yeah, mira, mira. Hey, papi, tranquilo, papi.
Oh my God.
Is it moving? Yeah, another one of those thin-ass UFOs, right? Again, man, how would you sit inside? Like, your face would be like completely like stretched out like that, bro. I don't know, or maybe we got Chihuahua-sized aliens in that. You know, the ones that you can maybe pet. Perhaps, yeah. I one day want to pet them aliens, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
You know, the small ones, the 1.5 foot, 1.5 foot tall aliens that we consistently hear about. The 9 foot tall aliens, man, they are gonna pet us down, man. Hopefully not. Okay. Real quick though, before I forget, I need to shout out the homie Grant for the 5 super thanks. Thank you so much for that, brother. Appreciate it. Gang. Alright, let's get back to the content here, boo boo.
Look. ¿Dónde estaba la luz? Mira.
Yeah, mira. It means look, right? Look. Nah, some twat is sitting there with parking brakes on. Absolutely. 110%. Witnessed it live. Looks like they got a black Sudan UFO there.
Alright guys, so zooming
damn.
in on this reel, you'll notice that the
Tyler was just trying to blast my eardrums, man.
cylinder, as this kind of more looks like to me, or cigar, holds perfectly level. No wing strobes, again, no rotor wire.
Are you guys noticing it? Because I'm noticing it. It seems like that it's a little blurry. Right here, it seems like that it's not blurry, but right here it seems blurry. Perhaps it's video blurry, or perhaps it's the lens of a phone that's not able to detect it fully, or perhaps it's behind clouds or in clouds and it's cloudy or foggy. Perhaps that's the case. Yeah, right, because I'm noticing right here you can see it well, but here it's kind of blurry.
And absolutely no sound bleeding into the audio track, and absolutely no clue as to what this could be. Commenters are already screaming things like Operation Bluebeam, a secret weapons, or that's just the small ship, the big one is lighting up the mist. Hard to blame them with comments like those. We've seen similar cigar craft like this over Orange County twice this year, each time accompanied by strange diffuse lighting and each time disappearing without a trace. So what are we looking at here? A cloaked mothership using cloud cover as a diffuser? We've certainly seen UFOs use clouds before to mask their presence. Could this be a directed energy test over civilian airspace? That's something I wouldn't put past happening out in the deserts or in the general region of California and the surrounding states, you know, or is this sighting the latest sign that SoCal is a really hot corridor for off-world traffic? Whatever the case may be, that color wash isn't your garden variety
truth be told though, at this point, I don't know if we're ever gonna get a full-blown UFO disclosure. I think we're getting, of course, we are getting like the slow-fed version of it, where, you know, increased sightings, normalizing the topic at hand, and also having more consistent hearings and those Congress meetings, right? More whistleblowers coming out talking about it. Pentagon kind of fully and openly admitting, yeah, we got UFOs in the skies, we got UAPs, but we do not know what they are, and we were researching, we're using tax dollars, and we're funding research, you know? So we're openly and consistently hearing about it. So in other words, yes, we're getting the slow-fed version of the UFO disclosure, but are we gonna get like a full-blown one? I mean, maybe one day, but again, this so-called, and I quote unquote, maybe one day, we have been hearing it for decades though, so.
Atmospheric optics. It shows structured concentric rings, suggesting an engineered projection rather than random refraction. And the cigar's silhouette never wobbles, even when the clouds pulse brighter, hinting at inertial dampening or a loitering gravitic drive, not conventional lift. From everything I can see and what I've been told, people who witnessed this was no fireworks show happening at Disneyland, and it's just totally anomalous.
Yeah. Coming up.
And so lastly, I want you all to check out a couple of...
And right after this, we have another one, another clip that will definitely get you baffled.
Very anomalous early Apollo-era mission photos. Images that, deep within, look to hold secrets. Possibly even snapshots of a phenomenon that's been quickly unfolding right under NASA's nose for many years. These are not your typical UFO photos. In fact, these objects appear to be doing the exact opposite of what we normally expect, because the UFOs in these photographs, snapped high above Earth, in Earth orbit, are not coming down to visit us here on Earth, but are actually blasting upward, almost straight out of Earth's atmosphere, as if they are heading directly for interstellar space. So let me give you a little context. The year was 1968, and NASA successfully launched the Apollo 7 mission, the first crewed Apollo mission following the tragic Apollo 1 fire. Apollo 7 didn't go to the moon. Instead, it stayed in low Earth orbit for 11 days, with the goal of testing the redesigned command module. It was a technical mission filled with system checks, comms tests, and photography.
Yeah, I know. I can smell the comment section right now. Yeah, let it all out, guys. Let it all out. I know, man. Yeah, I know. A lot of you are like, hey, man, no, man, we never went to the moon. We never went to the moon. Moon landing was fake. Yeah, let it all out, guys. If you believe that, put it in the comments. I want to see where my moon landing believers are at and where my fake moon landing believers are at too. Yeah, let it all out, guys. Let it all out. It's your moment.
Within that imagery are a couple of photographs that we've discussed.
Yo, there's no way, man. This gotta be fake, bro. People didn't have this much humor back in the 68 and the 69.
Discovered thus far that have never really been publicly explained or seen for that matter. 2 ultra-high resolution images snapped from the Apollo 7 capsule using the standard 70mm Hasselblad film camera. And what both of these images show is something undoubtedly strange. Multiple glowing green teardrop-shaped objects appearing
it looks like that they forgot to airbrush that one.
To rise up from the Earth. In both cases, these green glowing fireballs are positioned right around just above the curvature of the planet, heading from the Earth's atmosphere into space, where the two meet.
Dang.
We don't see any wings. They appear to be captured in motion with blurred tails and this very smooth teardrop shape, almost like reversed comets, except they're headed up, not down. These teardrop-shaped orbs actually mimic many of the same properties as the infamous Foo Fighter UFOs seen during World War I and II. And I'm not talking about the band, but the fiery spheres and glowing orbs that tailed. And not only that, they swarmed Allied and Axis pilots alike during the Second World War. Hundreds of...
Yeah, this reminds me of one of the Japan airline incident as well, right? Which I believe that one specifically happened somewhere around like 80s or 90s, or perhaps even before that. But there was a very good and documented case of a pilot in Japan airline claiming to have seen a massive ass UFO come very near to the airline. I don't remember the exact name of it, just like how there's a name for Project Bluebeam, Project Blue Balls, exactly right. It probably had a name too that I don't remember ever. I don't remember that, but yeah, there was a maybe some of you know what I'm talking about right now.
Of trained military aviators reported glowing balls of light, often red, white, orange, or, you guessed it, bright green, pacing their aircraft, moving in unison, making impossible maneuvers, and sometimes hovering right outside the cockpit. These objects never showed up on radar, and attempts to intercept or outmaneuver them failed. Pilots described them.
On chilly nights in the late 1940s, the vast skies of New Mexico became a stage for one of the most bewildering aerial mysteries in American history. Brilliant green fireballs, unnaturally bright, eerily silent, and often gliding low across the horizon, left witnesses gaping in awe and fear. Scientists, military officials, and everyday people alike were gripped by these luminous visitors. Oh shit, so they were actually calling that, okay? The visitors. Their imagination fueled by everything from extraterrestrial theories to secret weapons. What were these dazzling green streaks? And okay, so this is like an actual report that happened back in the 40s, but it was published recently, actually. What?
Them as playful, intelligent, even observing them, and yet never attacking or being attacked. And NASA, silent, as always. Never
sure.
a straight answer.
Never
There's
a
not a
straight
single
answer. There we
mention
go.
of this in the Apollo transcripts.
There we
These
go.
photos were just archived quietly with no explanation or analysis. So yeah, guys, what do you...
Yeah, check this one out. Shout out to the homie Barry Step and this brother Reno here. Roll it.
This is the actor Woody McClain. You probably know him from the show Power or from the movie Bobby Brown on BET.
I heard about the Power Show, but never seen it. Maybe I'll check it out soon, I guess. Yeah, recommend me one of the best show that you've ever seen. Like, recommend me some shows. I guess from my end, I would say if you haven't seen most people already seen it. Dexter, very good. I watched it not long ago. Dexter, there's also that, damn it, man, why the names are not coming up right now? I had like plenty.
Where he played the character of Bobby Brown. But what I'm sure you don't know is how he got some of his fame. Well, the cat's out of the bag. Just like many other actors, a witch doing witchcraft brought him into much of his success. Check out this video.
My neighbor,
No.
Erica, I was just talking to her 2 nights ago. She's a director, and we always super cool. She was like, one day she was like, yo, just come over. Like, come over. I want to pray for you. And I get over there, she pauses the TV, and she was watching Power. She was watching Power, and she paused it, sat down, she put these crystals on me, and we just prayed. She was like, say everything that you want. And I was able to say all the things that I want. Then 2 days later, I got the call for the Power thing.
When you said you were able to say everything that you want, what did you say?
That was more so saying I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to go to the next level. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready, but maybe I'm not.
So this man had a woman put
So is it the equivalent of selling your soul to the devil? Oh shit! Because you know, you usually hear that. You heard that saying, right? One in the comments if you ever heard that saying, and I heard that saying a lot, but I never understood what it meant for the longest amount of time, and I feel like that even now I don't fully understand it. I mean, I got the gist of it, and I guess it's part of it, but I never really understood it fully for years and years. But I guess that's what it is, right? Like the witchcraft and all that, selling your soul to the devil kind of thing. Perhaps it works. I don't know, man.
crystals on him and pray. Pray to who? She told him to say everything that his carnal heart desires. As they were praying, that's what she told him to say. That's what she told him to ask for. Everything that his carnal heart desires. If you got to step into a place where it's through witchcraft, who do you think is giving it to you? There are some people who come into success not through the devil, but there are many who do. And here you have a clear example. A witch doing witchcraft for this actor to come into more success. He said, I'm ready. I'm ready. What do you think happens in a lot of people's life and careers when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to music, when it comes to movies? When they want to go to the next level, how do you think they get there? And here you have a man talking about it like it's normal. That's exactly what they want you to think. That's exactly how they want you to feel, so you can step into it too. Out of a place of being blind and ignorant and gullible. Don't fall for it, my brothers and sisters. Don't fall for this buffoonery. I feel bad for that brother.
Yeah,
he come into full understanding.
Yeah, I feel bad for that brother too, man. We're gonna get, and I guess you guys feel bad for the brother too. That's why you guys gave me one of those sound bites, right? Damn, man, you guys really feel bad, huh? We got a tough crowd out here watching this video. Damn it!
On what he did and what he came into agreement with and get deliverance.
That's the way I should be looking at this. I look at all these celebrities and just assume that they're evil all the way to their core, but they're just human, and they've had more temptation put in front of them than most of us will ever be tempted with. Then they end up in that downward spiral of trying to keep up appearances to fit in, until they reach the point one day that they look back and realize they've crossed a line and done something that they can't come to terms with. Then they're stuck. How do they get out now? I bet a lot of these people are just lost and confused and barely hanging on to their sanity. That's probably why you see so many of them going to rehab all the time.
Let's have a look at America.
I mean, be careful what you wish for is one of those things, right? But hit the gym, man. Natural antidepressant. Now, I'm not a medical advice. There are some genuine cases where you need those pills, I guess, but very few. Generally speaking, most of the population, because doctors, they always prescribe people with antidepressant, and there's very few people that would actually need it, but majority of the people would be fine just hitting the gym and, you know, like speaking with their loved ones and hitting the gym and getting that natural antidepressant.
Quickly.
Then
Here
those
is
pills.
this grand building, the Capitol. There is the foundation stone, and it says, laid Masonically, September 17, 1932. Okay, so by that time, America was ruled by Freemasonry. Of course, the people are totally unaware. The institutions continue as before, but they are all being infiltrated. If you look at the architecture, the eagles, the symbolism, what you have is sun worship. You have Mithraism displayed here. The street plan of Washington is Masonic. You have the upside down goat of Mendes in the street plan. Then you have the compass and the set square, and everything is in blocks of 13, and the Masonic temples are on the 13th Street, etc. The whole street plan of Washington is Masonically laid. So it's dedicated to Lucifer. Of course, the people are unaware of this. The White House is then built with this tremendous stela over there, the height of which is 5'5".
Where is Stella? Where is Stella? I didn't see
5
Stella.
feet. Not 666, that belongs to someone higher in Rome. This is
Illuminati, right?
555.
Triple fives.
And isn't it interesting that 555 is the number that Hollywood uses? Have you ever heard when they say, what's the telephone number on any TV program?
Yo, he right though. He right. Yeah, I noticed that too. Every time there would be a phone number in the movies or shows, it would say 555, right? And normally, I guess the explanation is because there are some people that would actually call, hey, Spider-Man, I need help. Superman, I need your help right now. So they actually started, some people would genuinely call the numbers that are shown in the shows and the movies. So then they were like, okay, yes, let's use like 555 number like that. But why 555?
Or any one of those. Oh, it's 555, blah, 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 blah. Have you heard of that? It's dedicated to Hollywood. By the way, in Hollywood is the wood they use to make a witch's staff. So it's dedicated to Lucifer. It's witchcraft. But that's just besides the point. So here is the stela. Who laid these foundations? The Freemasons. So let's ask them what it means. Here is the Encyclopedia of Freemasonry. You're going to get a better source from that. Obelisks were originally erected in honor of the sun god. The connection comes from the Egyptian worship of the phallus. So there stands a male, whatever, in the White House.
Oh, the Pepe, right? Male organ Pepe.
So we don't have to go. It's dedicated to Osiris and to Isis. And anyway, that is the structure over there. The military structure is a pentagon. Which is
penta equal 5. Ding 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 ding.
The high center of the pentagram into which, for example, 13 witches would step in order, 12 around 1.
Is he spitting or cap, guys? What are we thinking?
In order to propagate a curse. So this is also a witchcraft structure. So it's just a building but it has certain connotations.
I've known about this for a really long time, but I guess I'd never really put a whole lot of thought into it, and just in the back of my head thought that these sneaky Freemasons must have snuck all this stuff in. I mean, surely they just fooled our politicians, right? Because who in their right mind would agree to do all this? But then whenever you do dig into it, you start realizing just how many of our politicians and even our past presidents are all Freemasons. Then it all starts to make sense. Our founders might have been godly men, but they were not the only ones shaping things.
But did you see this video though? If not, click on this video on the screen, man, because this UFO, this alien twat video that's going around right now, crazy indeed. Check it out and I'll see you right there.